Feminine outfit ideas Spring-Summer 2026, elegant looks that impress. Introduction. Redefining feminine style for 2026. Welcome to Modern Lady Style, where I love exploring fashion that feels both elegant and empowering. Today, I'm diving into feminine outfit ideas for Spring-Summer 2026, and I honestly think this season brings a refreshing perspective on what it means to dress femininely. It's not just about softness anymore, it's about confidence, balance, and personal expression. What I find interesting is how feminine fashion is evolving into something more versatile and powerful. Have you ever thought about how your outfits reflect your personality? The new definition of feminine fashion. I think feminine fashion in 2026 is no longer limited to traditional ideas. In my experience, it's becoming more about how you feel rather than what you wear. What I find interesting is how strength and softness now coexist in the same look. Unlike older trends that leaned heavily on one side, this balance feels modern and real. Do you see femininity as soft, strong, or both? Light fabrics that move with you. I've always believed that fabric choice can completely change how an outfit feels. I think lightweight materials like linen, silk, and chiffon are essential for spring and summer. What I find interesting is how movement adds elegance without extra effort. In my experience, when clothes flow naturally, they instantly look more refined. Do you notice how fabric affects your confidence? Soft color palettes that feel fresh. Color plays such an important role, and I think soft tones are dominating this season. Shades like blush, cream, and pastel blue create a calm, elegant vibe. What I find interesting is how these colors feel both timeless and modern at the same time. Unlike bold palettes, they don't overwhelm the look. Would you choose soft tones or vibrant colors? Tailoring that enhances your shape. I think good tailoring is one of the most underrated aspects of style. In my experience, even a simple outfit can look luxurious when it fits perfectly. What I find interesting is how structure can highlight your natural shape without feeling restrictive. Unlike oversized trends, tailored pieces feel intentional. How important is fit in your wardrobe? The power of minimalist outfits. Minimalism continues to influence fashion, and I think it's stronger than ever. In my experience, less really does create more impact when done right. What I find interesting is how simple outfits can look incredibly sophisticated. Unlike overly styled looks, minimalism feels effortless. Do you prefer simple or more detailed outfits? Flowy dresses as a staple piece. I think flowy dresses are essential for a feminine wardrobe. They create movement and elegance without trying too hard. What I find interesting is how they suit almost any occasion. In my experience, they're both comfortable and stylish, which is rare. Would you choose a flowy dress over structured outfits? Mixing soft and structured elements. One trend I really love is mixing soft fabrics with structured pieces. I think this contrast creates a more interesting look. What I find interesting is how balance makes the outfit feel complete. In my experience, combining opposites often works better than sticking to one style. Have you tried mixing different textures? Elegant casual looks for everyday style. I believe everyday outfits should still feel elegant. In my experience, small details like accessories or fabric choice can elevate a casual look. What I find interesting is how effortless style often comes from simplicity. Unlike formal wear, casual elegance feels more relatable. Do you dress up your everyday outfits? Subtle accessories that complete the look. Accessories can make or break an outfit, and I think subtlety is key. In my experience, delicate jewelry often feels more refined than bold pieces. What I find interesting is how small details can have a big impact. Unlike statement accessories, these feel timeless. What kind of accessories do you prefer? The role of footwear in feminine style. I think shoes play a bigger role than we often realize. In my experience, the right pair can elevate even the simplest outfit. What I find interesting is how footwear can shift the entire mood of a look. Unlike clothing, it's often the finishing touch. Do you choose shoes based on style or comfort? Confidence as the ultimate style element. I truly believe confidence is the most important part of any outfit. I think it's what makes a look stand out. What I find interesting is how confidence can transform even basic clothing. In my experience, people notice how you carry yourself more than what you wear. Do you feel confident in your style choices? breaking traditional style rules. I think fashion rules are becoming less relevant, and I love that. In my experience, breaking rules often leads to the most unique looks. What I find interesting is how individuality is now celebrated more than ever. Unlike the past, there's more freedom to experiment. Would you break fashion rules to express yourself? Versatility for different occasions. I think versatility is essential in modern fashion. In my experience, outfits that work for multiple occasions are incredibly valuable. What I find interesting is how small changes can transform a look. Unlike single-purpose outfits, versatile pieces feel practical. Do you prioritize versatility in your wardrobe? Seasonal adaptation with style. Adapting to the season doesn't mean sacrificing style. I think spring and summer offer the perfect opportunity to experiment. What I find interesting is how lighter layers can still create depth. In my experience, seasonal dressing can be both fun and elegant. How do you adapt your style for warmer weather? The influence of personal style identity. I believe personal style is what truly defines elegance. In my experience, following trends without understanding yourself rarely works. What I find interesting is how individuality creates authenticity. Unlike copying others, personal style feels natural. Do you know your style identity? Unexpected combinations that work. Sometimes the best outfits come from unexpected combinations. I think mixing styles can create something unique. What I find interesting is how contrast adds depth and interest. In my experience, taking risks often pays off. Have you ever surprised yourself with an outfit choice? Effortless elegance as a lifestyle. I think elegance is more than just clothing, it's a mindset. In my experience, how you present yourself matters just as much as what you wear. What I find interesting is how effortless elegance feels natural rather than forced. Unlike overthinking outfits, simplicity often works best. Do you see fashion as part of your lifestyle? Balancing trends with timeless pieces. I always think it's important to balance trends with timeless pieces. In my experience, trends can fade quickly, but classics remain. What I find interesting is how combining both creates a strong wardrobe. Unlike chasing trends, this approach feels sustainable. Would you invest more in trends or timeless items? Conclusion: your feminine style journey. As I reflect on feminine outfit ideas for spring-summer 2026, I truly believe style is about confidence, balance, and self-expression. I think the most elegant looks come from understanding what works for you. What I find inspiring is how fashion allows us to tell our own story. So, what kind of style do you want to express this season? Don't forget to subscribe to Modern Lady Style for more inspiration and ideas.